Well, it's that time. I made some recordings early, but some reason they didn't turn out. I had no clue what's going on. Anyhow, my topic was I was coming home from working over at my friend's house, and I was heading northbound, and it's on the southbound side. There was a fire truck coming our way, lights and siren coming. This blooming idiot that's on the left side of me, he didn't pull off to the right. He stayed right there in the median and kept on driving. Dumb jerk. That just irritates me. And one of the reasons why is done that right there. My one pride and joy. I worked and earned that badge. It was given to me by a good friend of mine, Johnny Eminente, Jr. Forgot to put the junior on it. Anyhow, even in driving school, they tell you when you got an emergency vehicle, whether it's coming behind you or if it's coming towards you in front, you pull to the right and then pass. And all this jerk. No, he'd be bitching and screaming if it was his loved one or if it was his house burning and they didn't get there on time because somebody like him caused them to, screw up. But yeah, it just... My neighbor says, well, why didn't you record it? I said, I should have. I don't have my camcorder on. Or my dash cam, I should say. My dash cam on. I think I'm going to do it Sunday. Or maybe Saturday after I do my walk-arounds and stuff. I got a brand new dash cam that I ordered. It came in. It kind of irritated me because the picture showed it like it was going to be a big screen. That's not. I'm going to probably mount that along with the other one where I have two. This new one's got a camera that you mount on the back. I think I'm going to do that. I'm deciding yet whether I'm going to do it Saturday or Sunday. One of the days I'm going to probably do it. That's as long as it's not too hot outside. It's supposed to cool down. We're supposed to have a chance of rain. But anyhow, I just want to keep turning it on when I drive. I won't have it turned on all the time because I don't want to drain the power in the car. But anyways, yeah, that guy irritated me so much. Excuse me, I got to take a drink. It's 5:33 and 106 outside, 80 degrees inside, 10% humidity outside, 56 humidity inside. It's August the 14th. Anyhow, talk about more of my adventures with the fire department. I talked to my captain, and I talked to the chief. I says, I really have nothing to do at home, and I get kind of bored. Is there any possible way I can come in and, sweep up the place, straighten things around? Give me something to do. They brought up one thing, they want to make me do inventory, and I said, hey, that's great. Hold on. hold on. I got to get her. She want to be on TV. I mean, on the internet. Everybody say hi to Sally. She's going to take over Rin Tin Tin and Lassie's job. And she says, yeah, I'm going to find Timmy in the well. She said, I love her, Debbie. Yeah. She gets her treats at night. She wants to play around with us at night and stuff. She wakes me up usually in the morning. Brat. Anyhow, so that was one of my main jobs in the fire department, doing the inventory, going to the storeroom, checking things out, straightening them up, dusting them off. If they look like they're in bad shape, take them off the shelf, put them out of service, write it down what it is that's pulled off the shelf. Johnny and Nancy would come in and we would usually pull the apparatus out, all of them, that way we can wash down the flooring and kind of clean it up, then put them back in. I would usually, we would keep our fire gear in our turnout bags behind the apparatus. Then when we come into the firehouse, when there's a call, we grab our gear, put it on, jump on the engine. There's 3 trucks. I think it is 2 trucks, 3 trucks. Anyhow, we would have our group was called the Black Sheep Squadron. And our captain was Paul Brannon, which he was a super cool dude. I mean, he stuck beside me and made sure I was doing things right. If I had any questions, I'd go to him and ask him. Well, I could go to the chief, but he was in Tucson. He only came down during the training in the classes. But I'm gonna. First out of the fire department, we had a single bay thing to where we had two the apparatus inside, one right behind another. The older truck, I think it was Seagrave, I think it was. Anyhow, that was parked outside, I think it was. Anyways, one time, Johnny and I was going to take the fire apparatus out, take it down, fuel it up, and do routine maintenance on it. Well, we couldn't pull it out. And the reason why, because there was a police car right in front of the bay door, because right next door was the police department. So I went inside, I looked at the dispatcher, I said, man, I said, can you find out who's the driver of the patrol car that's in front of the bay door? We're getting ready to pull the apparatus out, we can't get it out with that car there. Well, here comes the chief of police, Mr. Tom Rankin. Oh, you don't talk to my people like that. You don't tell them what to do. You understand me? You don't do it. Hey, fine. So I went outside, and he comes out. He's still yelling at me. Then he turns around back. I said, "What's that?" I said, "Hey, I just asked him to apply to, get somebody out here to move the apparatus, not the apparatus, but the squad car out of the way." So I talked to my captain. I even talked to the chief, and I told him what had happened. Well, Rick had a meeting with old Rankin, and he told him, he says, well, this is what Rick told everybody. He says, I told him that there's a patrol car in front of that bay door, and we happen to get a call, take the fire apparatus and push that patrol car across the street. Don't care if it damages you or not. It's the law. You're not supposed to block the bay doors of a fire station. Well, finally he started keeping his officers to park out where they're supposed to park or parking back. So we ended up getting a bigger station, which was good because we didn't have to put up with this crap. But still, if they would come up and they would park in front of one of them bay doors, say la vie, if their car gets smashed up, it's just like a fire hydrant. Somebody parked in front of the fire hydrant. Person comes, shove, break the windows out, run the hose right through the car. It's the law. You're not supposed to do stuff like that. Idiots should remember their driver's ed or whatever, the laws of the stuff. It's just like over here. We live right behind the Rural Metro station, and Sauceman Trail at the light. There's a driveway goes in back, goes to the station house. Anyway, there's a big old sign there saying, "Do not block the driveway." I don't know how many times I've seen people parking and blocking that driveway. Hey, they come out, if they can't push them out of the way, dummies. You know, a lot of ones are good for that. It's the snowbirds. They don't care. They only live out here. Next of kin's probably back east or in California or somewhere else. Who knows? But yeah, when that guy did that, I got upset. I got upset. I said, next time I'm going to fix up the dash cam and I will record it. I'll put it over over the airwaves and let people see this, see the idiot break the law. It's just it's like the lawbreakers, the people going down the wrong way on the freeway. What a bunch of idiots. That reminds me of a time niece was working and I was on my way to go pick her up, and I had the Chevy truck then. Anyways, I'm going down Broadway because she worked up there by Higley Road in Broadway. So I'm on my way and just crossed over the Light on Power Road in Broadway, and all of a sudden there was this idiot coming on the wrong way. Well, I had my rotating lights on top of the truck. I turned them on and grabbed the phone and I called 911 and told them that what's going on and explained where this guy is, the person is, to describe the vehicle. Told them I couldn't get the license plate. I said it forced me to pull off because otherwise there would have been a collision. I said I turned my rotators on. I don't know if they caught the idiot or not, but I tell you, I'm not the best driver, but I've seen so many stupid things. Like one time I was on University. I say at home, we lived off in University, and I dropped her off at work or what to do. Anyways, I come up on an accident. One of the vehicles were off to the side of the road, the other one's in the center of the road, so I pulled off and I was checking on the drivers and the passenger. I was on the phone talking to 911, someone else was calling in. The sheriff's department was not sure. Yeah, no, it's the police department. Mesa PD was there. And I was helping, do the traffic controls and stuff. So I had my vest on. And I said to y'all, I said, watch out, and sure crap, this idiot that's coming, headed westbound, plowed him right in the back of that vehicle that was in the median. Lost control, went into the vacant lot. So I ran over to check on them, and that person was dazed. And the officer came up. You all right? No. I didn't see that vehicle. What the hell were you doing driving that medium, you dummy? Told out that vehicle more than her vehicle. Oh, it was nuts. It was nuts. The fire department called for a couple more ambulances, kind of that. But yeah, there's no time since the training I've had in the fire department. It kicks in anytime I come upon a wreck. I stop and render aid if I can. In fact, they had one. Lisa and I lived off in I can't think of the name of the road. Mr. Hill's place, 98th Street, I think it was. Anyhow, I was going somewhere else, and there was an accident there in the middle intersection of Broadway and that road, and I asked the officer. I says, "Hey," I showed him my badge. I says, "Hey, you want me to help control the people?" And he said, "Sure, if you wouldn't mind." I said, "Hey, I'm okay with it." And they're waiting for the airback to land, and so I'm standing there at the Corona Town. People stand back. One kid said, "You can't tell us what to do." I said, "Oh, yeah, I can." I said, "See dispatcher, show them badge." I said, "All I have to do is say one word and you get a citation." I'm a crowd control. Can't tell my vest is on. So anyways, airback landed. They got the patient off. One of the fire departments came up and shook my hands. The officer came over and shook my hands, and they thanked me for helping out. Just like another incident where I was headed off at work. I was headed home, and it was on Ellsworth University. Oh, I seen this vehicle, this van, off to towards the median, and had hazard lights on. I couldn't figure out what's going on, so I got out, hit my rotator on, and I went up and asked the guy. I said, "So, okay, yeah." He says, "Somebody hit a coyote and it's in front of my car." I said, "Okay." So I said, "Go ahead and move off." And this couple come pulling up. See the lady come running crying and stuff. I said, "Say, do me a favor." I said, "Call the sheriff's department and report it and have the officer come out." And so they did. The officer across the side, and they said, "I got a towel here." So I wrapped that coyote up in the towel, and I went to go pick it up. The officer looked at me and said, "You know what? If that coyote bites you, I'm going to shoot it, and then I'm going to shoot you." I said, "Oh, it's okay. It knows I'm not here to hurt it." So I picked it up, carried her, it was a female, carried her over the side of the road, and before I moved, some blooming idiot punk jerks drove by. "Get that thing off the road, quick!" Y'all told me, F you. That's when then finally I pulled the cover off because I get it out of the road. It's still breathing. And the guy on the van's calling around trying to find a vet where we can take it to and get it taken care of. And this guy, this African American guy, black guy, whichever you want me to call him, come up on a bicycle and stops and looks. I said, "Hey, Bubba," I says, "You got any cold water or some water in that water bottle?" He goes, "Yeah, I do." So he hands me the bottle, and I started pouring water in his hands, and the coyote, she started licking it. She was drinking it from my hands. Then all of a sudden, blood came out of her mouth, and I knew that was it. People just don't realize if if you can, try to avoid from hitting them. You know, they're Mother Nature's, and as they're not invading us, we invaded them. They were here before any of us on this area. This used to be desert. This is their territory. Coyotes, bobcats, mountain lions, skunks, you name it. This is their place first before we moved in. So anyhow, a guy found a vet that was in Scottsdale. I told the officer, I said, okay, I said, I'll put it in the guy's van. And he said, you need help? I said, no, I got it. So I put it in, and I kept, getting the newspaper. It's free at the time, Mesa Tribune. And I happened to come across an article which that lady had put in the Tribune about me rescuing the dog. And so I made an article and wrote back and told them what I did. I didn't appreciate these punks in the vehicle that yelled at me and stuff. And anyways, I told the officer, I said, somewhere out here there's puppies. He goes, how do you know? I says, look, she's got milk dripping from her tits. She's got puppies somewhere. So somewhere in the field, the puppies lost their mommy. I hope they survived. But there was I can't remember if the lady found out, but they had to euthanize her because internal injuries. But to this day, I still, if I've come across a scene of accident or somebody's broke down, if I can, I would try to render aid. It's my training I had when I was in the fire department. This kicks in. But anyhow, people, if you're on the road and you see an emergency vehicle coming towards you or behind you, pull to the right if you can. If you have to get close to the vehicle that's out to the right, do it. Don't just keep on driving or pulling a median. And if you see a wild animal or even a regular animal crossing the road, if you can avoid from hitting them, please do it. I'm just asking you, it just rips me apart, all these jerks doing what they're doing. And then if you come upon somebody that's broke down, sure you're going to have to be scared because there's so many jerks out there that might blow you away and steal your vehicle or rob you, but if you feel safe, help them out. Or get on your phone and call the authorities and tell them the location of the person that's broke down. And they would send a unit out there to render aid to them. So anyways, I'm going to call this quits. I'm getting kind of hungry. It's 5:53, almost 6 o'clock. And tomorrow's Friday is a bigger day because I got, besides my watering, I got to do Benny's patio, and he should be bringing me some fertilizer or topsoil. I got some plants there. I got to add some more soil to it. So anyways, everybody have a safe day. And this weekend, I hope you be safe. Don't go out there and be crazy and drive down the wrong side of the road or on the freeway or on a regular road and whatever. Just be safe. Peace out. God bless.